Time to go on to 50 Shades of Grey again.
Nope, fuck that. I'm out of here. Everyone heard Monokuma's proclamation, and they were gathered by the red door. And as soon as we were all there...
Monokuma appears!
Hello!
What? Why are there two?
Are you surprised? Yeah, are ya?
Then you can't be called Monokuma, you dumbass.
Yes, I can. Yeah, you definitely could.
No, because forget it.
Wrong.
Nope, not multiplication. It just looks that way because it's all of an illusion. I'm moving so fast, it looks like I've multiplied.
Well, it sure don't look like it because there's just two of you standing there.
Are you sure about that? Yeah, you sure? Can't you guys tell which one is the real Monokuma?
You look the exact fucking same.
But there's a big difference.
I'm not seeing it.
Whew. Do you want to know what the difference is?
What?
One of us has a black mole on the right side of our face.
Boy.
You're not playing along. Yeah, play along already.
Stop talking.
We're not here to play with you.
Okay, fine.
Hey!
Then if everyone's here and ready to go, please board the pain train elevator. I'll see you guys down there. I have a mole.
Let's go.
Okay then, shall we?
Please!
Oh, hold on! I'm not mentally prepared yet.
What the heck?
You'll never be mentally prepared. You can't run away anymore, hero. You're gonna pay for your sins.
What the heck?
I told you already. I didn't do it. For serious.
That reminds me. Did you ever find the other costume? Or the note?
Well, no, but...
How unfortunate. Then it would seem we have our culprit. Hey, this isn't the place to talk about it. Save your accusations for when we get to the courtroom.
That's right.
She's right. Let's get down there first. Then the story can really begin. Yeah, good idea. That's right. I have to. I have to do it. But first...
Okie dokie.
I can't let whoever killed Hifumi and Taka get away with it. Well, maybe Hifumi. I can let him slide with that. For everyone who's still alive. For the two that lost their lives. Well, I can't remember for the one. I don't know about the other. Nah. Alright. The one who killed Hifumi and Taka. The one who killed two of our friends. Killer is... someone right here. I took one last deep breath and exhaled slowly. I began to walk toward the elevator. Once everyone was aboard, the doors closed on their own, and the steel box began to move. The clunking of the elevator kept us company as we fell further and further down. There was no going back. Until we settled all this, we couldn't go anywhere. I'm not sure how long it was before the elevator finally came to a stop. The elevator door slid open, opening up to a cruel fate.
When I see all of you gathered together like this, I realize just how few of you there are left. Your school life is slowly reaching its climax.
Just the worst.
Only because of you.
Why? Why are you making us do such cruel things to each other? I know why.
What?
But what? You hate me that much? I'm so cute.
Nah, not really.
I'm very cute.
No, you're not.
People cosplay me.
Nah, I don't see it.
Meh.
Come on.
Stop goofing around and begin the trial.
Don't rush me. Of course I'm gonna start it. I would never be like, stay tuned for the action-packed class trial after this commercial break. I never hold out on you like that. Okay, let's begin. Get to your assigned seats.
And so, the curtain opened once again. We've already read all that.
All right, so we have some skills that we can equip now. Thank God.
Hell yeah.
And we have like 18 fucking skill points to spend, so it's just like, holy fuck. Well, 15, but whatever. All right, so we have neural liberation. Focus gauge decreases more. Decreases more slowly during concentration fever time. Effective during non-stop, hangman's gamut, and ball time. And breathing technique. Recovers more quickly. That's very nice.
Oh yeah, that'll be helpful. What else we got?
I believe that's all the skills we have. All right, last trial. Foul rise.
You're gonna have to take care of this one this
Let's begin
time.
with a basic explanation of the class trial. So,
Because I don't think I
your
could do it with
votes
this
will
leg.
determine the results.
Yeah, I'll take it. I'll take care of it. But go ahead and continue moving forward until we get to those mini games.
Okay.
If you can figure out, then I'll punish
Yeah.
Now then, to begin with...
We already know who did it.
Was that?
What's that?
It was Hiro. He does not have an alibi for when the murders took place, and we found him in that suit. Don't try and deny it. You killed them.
I didn't! Someone knocked me out! I was asleep the whole time! I don't know anything about it!
Shut your murdering mouth, murderer!
Pot me kettle.
Thanks one to no one.
Who are you calling a murderer?
I am
What?
sorry to say, Hiro, but we do have evidence. Blueprints for the suit. Parts we assume were used to build it. And all of it was found in your room. You have to admit, the evidence is quite compelling. It points to you as having created the suit and wearing it while committing crime after crime.
How many times do I have to tell you? I don't know!
Is Hiro really the killer? Or, before anything else, we have to make that clear.
All right, I will take care of it, baby. I got you.
Everything we found in your room. The blueprints, the suit parts.
No, that's wrong.
That's wrong, you bitch.
Are we sure Hiro really made those blueprints?
What do you mean?
Well, take a look at this. It's the note that Hiro wrote, asking everyone to meet up after Alter Ego disappeared. The handwriting's obviously different, wouldn't you say? When you compare it to the blueprints.
There's no way you could think the same person made both of them.
Unless that person made it a point to disguise their handwriting.
No, the differences are bigger than that, I think.
Come on! I'm not smart enough to think of trying to change my handwriting anyway.
And didn't Masahiro said it's bad luck to have bad handwriting?
Yeah, he did.
And he's very superstitious, so...
So Makoto, are you saying you don't think Hiro's the culprit?
And he's not the only one. I think Hiro is innocent as well.
What?
Then who was in that Robo-Justice suit?
Well, I mean...
Is it like Hiro said? Was there really someone running around in a second suit?
The suspicious individual hidden within the suit. Go ahead, Makoto. Tell them who it was.
And of course, he passes it off to me.
So? Who was in the Robo-Justice suit?
The suspicious individual in question. The one that must have been in the suit. The Illuminati.
If only.
Other than Hiro, I
Taliesin
can't think
Jaffe?
of anyone else it could have been.
Guys, if you don't know what I'm talking about, watch Critical Role and just fall in love with Taliesin Jaffe. He is literally the epitome of the Illuminati.
Obviously, he was the one in that particular suit. And we never found any kind of second suit.
Then there can be no doubt. Hero is the prime suspect.
You
That
just
doesn't
fucking said
make
he was
any
innocent.
sense. You just
Yeah.
said Hero didn't do it.
It makes perfect sense. Hero was the suspicious individual in the suit, but he's not the culprit.
Uh-huh.
So what you're saying is...
That's right. The culprit in this case has nothing to do with being in the Robo-Justice suit.
What? Now that's a bold assumption. And what reason do you have to make such a statement? You do have a reason, yes?
Of course. But before we get to that, there's something else we need to clarify first. So let's get that out of the way.
Hey, stop trying to boss us around.
You know, this time, I'm actually gonna keep my mouth shut and let him explain everything.
All things
right.
have a proper order.
This is the one time I actually shut my mouth for Chicken Man.
So what is it? What needs to be clarified?
We must clarify the method of transportation for Taka's lifeless body. It would seem that his corpse was moved using certain particular items. Makoto, can you tell us what they were?
And then it's back to Makoto.
It's like you already whatever. So the dolly.
I got it!
There's still one more thing. The thing is okay then yeah. And the tarp.
I got it! They were a dolly and a tarp, right?
What's with the attitude?
So, let's see if I can explain. Taka's body disappeared from the equipment room, and then we rediscovered it in the repository. And when we found it for the second time, it was wrapped in a blue tarp, right? It was the same tarp that up until then was stored in the equipment room.
It looks like there's a second one.
So the killer must have seen it there and decided to use it when they moved Taka's body.
You do have a point, in case there was a second one.
That way, they wouldn't leave any bloodstains while they were moving it.
Okay, that explains the tarp. And the dolly?
Same thing. I'm sure the dolly was in the equipment room when we first found Taka's body there. But when the body disappeared, so did the dolly. Later, when Taka's body reappeared in the repository, so did the dolly.
In other words, you think they used the dolly to move the body. Am I right? But are you sure you are not mistaken?
Huh?
Are you absolutely positive the dolly was in the equipment room when we found Taka's body? That dolly was made specifically for moving large objects between the repository and the art room. It would be very strange indeed to discover it had made its way to the equipment room. Is it not possible that it was in the repository all along, and you simply didn't realize it?
She's raised an objection. How do you respond?
And this is the part now where Chicken Man's like, okay, shut up, Chicken Man.
There is no shame in being wrong. Nobody expects much from you anyway.
Damn.
We have all accepted the fact that you rarely understand what is going on around you.
We also accept the fact that you have the memory of a goldfish.
I also have the memory of a goldfish.
Indeed.
Wow. I've never had anyone sound so nice while being so mean. But maybe I can change her mind.
Oops, my bad.
If I could just explain to them how the dolly must have been moved from the equipment room to the repository.
New elements has been added to bullet time battles. Please tell me what has been added. Let's talk about reloading.
Oh, that's easy.
Starting this next bullet time battle, we're going to add one more ingredient to the recipe, and you're not going to like it. On the bottom of the screen, underneath the tempo marker, you will see your ammo count. Up till now, there hasn't been a limit on how you can destroy your opponent's statements. But from now on, just locking on pressing the left mouse button won't be enough to handle them. Now it will cost you 1 bullet to destroy a single remark. Once you run out of bullets, you can't destroy any more statements, no matter how locked on you are. However, you can reload by pressing the tab key. Just like locking on, you'll have to press the tab key with a tempo marker.
So in other words, you just made it more complicated than it needs to be.
Of course. Basically, just remember the tab key now has a function just like the right mouse button and the left mouse buttons. You will automatically reload at the start of fever time, and your ammo will not decrease. Oh, but if your action difficulty is set to gentle, you won't have to reload at all. In which case, you can ignore everything I just said. But we're not on gentle. We're on kind. Well, because I need to remember how to activate fever time.
You have it wrong.
Tempo marker, tempo up, speed down, lock on, attack, reload, fever time, space key. Got it. Okay, thank you.
I cannot agree. You are a fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. Away with you. You miserable wretch.
What, so you have to reload in each individual bullet?
I cannot agree. You are a fool. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst, you miserable wretch. You have it wrong. I cannot agree. You are a fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere. I cannot agree.
This should prove it.
Gotcha. I just have to remember the controls for the
If you're
fever
asking
time.
for proof that the
No, that's
dolly
fine.
moved, I have it right here. When I found the dolly in the repository, one of the wheels had a blood stain on it. There was a pool of blood in the equipment room with a tire mark in it that matched the dolly wheel's tread. The killer probably rolled the dolly through the blood on accident as they wheeled the body out of the room. And as the blood dried on the tire, they moved the body into the repository. So there's my proof that the dolly was used to move Taka's body.
Jeez, does Celeste really hate you that much?
Well, anyway, that was just something we had to get out of the way. Let's get back to the main subject.
Yeah, the subject of how Robo-Justice didn't do it. Because if it's not a killer robot, then what kind of robot is it?
I'm not sure that really matters.
It's not about the robot, sweetie. It's fine. You can come out. You can come out of the mech.
I'd be happy to explain why the occupant of the suit couldn't possibly be the killer. If you look back on how the body was transported, it will become immediately obvious.
If I look at how the body was moved, it'll be clear why the person in the suit couldn't have done it. What does he mean by that?
As we know, Taka was killed in the equipment room. And from there, the body was moved to the repository, correct?
Yeah, the culprit wrapped the body in the tarp, then loaded it onto the dolly and wheeled it off, right?
Now, keep in mind that the dolly doesn't have a handle.
Well, yeah, but even without a handle, all you'd have to do is bend over. Then you could push the dolly no problem. So the killer just crouched down and carted the body off to the repository.
If you accept everything we just said, then you must realize that whoever was in the suit couldn't possibly be the culprit.
Sorry, I don't think I realized anything.
That's a hero.
But say you're a fucking moron. The body doesn't have any handles, so to push it, you have to be able to bend over. But would anyone wearing that suit have been able to actually stoop down like that?
As we know, Taka was killed in the equipment
How did
room.
fast forward again? I can't
And
remember.
from there,
Control.
the body was moved to the repository.
Yeah, the culprit then loaded it on.
Now, keep in mind that the dolly doesn't...
Well, yeah, but even without a handle, all you'd have to do is bend over.
No, I did not. Nope, I did not want to do that.
Then you could push the dolly no problem. So the killer just crouched down and carted the body.
Did not want to do that. Concentration
I think
on
you,
this.
like-
Fast forward. No, I'm trying to re-get my bullet. Okay, hold on. Yep.
If you accept everything we just...
Then you must realize that who... sorry, I don't think I realize anything.
For some reason, it actually pulled. It actually absorbed that bullet and shouldn't have. I was actually trying to shoot it.
As we know,
Taka
Are you
was
holding
and
them
from
off?
there.
Yeah. The cop then loaded it
But I
onto
wasn't
the dolly
holding it down.
and wheeled it off, right?
now, keep in mind that the dolly...
Well, yeah, but even without a handle, all you'd have to do is bend over.
No, that's wrong.
My bad. That was my control bad.
That's fun. I mean, we got the right answer, so.
You're absolutely right that you could push a dolly without a handle if you stoop down low. But if you were wearing that suit, do you think you could actually get into a position like that?
What do you mean?
Think back to what you said when we were all checking out the suit together. Remember?
I'm blind as a bat in here. Can't see my feet at all. I'm surprised you got anywhere in this thing.
I'm telling you, it wasn't me.
And not to mention, you totally can't bend at the waist. Seems like a pretty obvious forced oversight.
When you're in that suit, not only can you not see your feet, but you can't even bend at the waist. Am I right about that?
Now that you mention it, yeah.
It seems like it'd be awfully hard to push that dolly if you couldn't bend over.
Well, what's to stop you from
About
simply
to say.
pushing the dolly with your feet?
When you can't even see your feet? You really think someone could kick the dolly all that way?
Yeah, it'd be totally impossible. Not that I can say for sure myself.
Genocide Jack knows what she's talking about.
On top of that, if you were wearing such a rigid, cumbersome suit, it's very unlikely you would have the dexterity to go about wrapping the body in a tarp.
Well, I mean, isn't that just a matter of taking off the suit when you're ready to move the body?
There's absolutely no chance that the costume was taken off just to move the body because...
I got it! I don't think taking off the suit was an option. If you remember...
Whew, hold on.
Yeah, you're good. You're all good.
I don't know what's up with this thing, but I can't actually get it off. Will it help?
Why would you make something you can't take off by yourself?
I didn't make the stupid freaking thing.
There's a clasp on the back that's keeping you from getting it off. It looks pretty sturdy. I don't think you can get it off on your own. We don't really have a choice. Let's help him.
That's true. It seems impossible to put the suit on or take it off without help.
Then, you really can't take it off by yourself? Hero wasn't just making it up?
Of course I wasn't making it up.
If he could have gotten it off by himself, I don't think he would have let us see him wearing it. Showing up in the suit was basically an invitation for everyone to suspect it.
Yeah, that's right.
So, it's really, really true that Robo-Justice couldn't have moved the dolly?
Hina, sometimes I love you, sometimes you're just a fucking idiot. Just saying.
To be clear, whoever did move the body, it couldn't have been Hero in the robot suit, correct?
No, wait. Just a second, if you please. Have you forgotten about the picture that I took? You all got a good look at it, did you not? The image of Hifumi being dragged away by Robo-Justice? If whoever was in that suit is not the culprit, how do you explain that? Besides, do you remember what the now deceased Hifumi said?
How did you get hurt?
You sound very quiet, baby.
Oh, it's also because I'm kind of literally laying back a bit.
Oh, okay.
That guy hit me.
What guy?
Robot Justice. That's what I decided to call him just now.
So long as those facts exist, the proper conclusion is beyond question. The individual inside the suit and the culprit are one and the same. It was Hiro, without a doubt.
Yeah. Yeah, that's gotta be right.
Hold on a second!
It's still far too early to reach that conclusion. Besides, there's no hurry to decide who did it. Before we rush to a verdict, shouldn't we explore every single possibility? Instead of seizing on one viewpoint, the truth is uncovered by analyzing things from every angle.
Perhaps, but where do we go from here?
Let's review this series of unfortunate events from the beginning. Maybe we'll uncover something new.
Never really was a fan of the
Pain in
books.
the ass!
No, it's just said a series of unfortunate events.
Yeah.
I don't disagree, but our lives are on the line. If this is what it takes, we have to do it.
Plus, maybe we'll get to find out where the heck Kyoko was when everything went down.